How you doing? Welcome to another thought nugget here as we try to think about project-based learning, challenge-based learning, really just that idea of developing inquiry and wonder in our classroom and allowing students to develop those solutions versus following a guided structured path. One of the things that I've been struggling with that I wanted to share with people, because I think it's important, because I'm assuming I'm not the only one that struggles with this, in a project, and currently where I'm at the project, where we are is in this idea of the kids have now sketched ideas, they have some solutions, they've identified their own problem, they've developed their own driving question to the bigger overarching goal that we have with the project. And we're moving into prototyping, where they have to start to make this idea, the solution from 2D, the paper and the sketching and all that good stuff, and start to bring it to life. And before we even think about the final, we have to start to do some prototyping, building out various parts. Not like this is how we're going to make, the claw of the rover, or this is how we're going to make the app, but exploring all the ways in which that might work, thinking about mechanisms and triggers and things of that sort. And this is where I always struggle, is how much do we front load? And I'm not a fan of front loading, but I sit there and go, do I need to teach them all the 11 cardboard techniques? Do I need to teach them some coding lessons? Do I need to teach them some app work? Do I need to teach them how to organize their prototype building structure? And my wife, who's an incredible educator, talking with her through this, she reminded me, it kept me grounded in my own philosophy, really, was today, the day we're working at the time of this recording, is I'm going to set the framework. I'm not going to teach specific skills or concepts. I'm going to obviously put together the rules and expectations for how we handle tools and equipment and that stuff, but just going to let them go and let them start to build their ideas. And as I observe and notice and wonder as the educator in the room and listen to conversations and really pay attention to the questions they're asking me and their peers, I can then go back and interject through this week of prototyping build. And now I can go back and maybe I need to give that specific instruction on, here's a really clever cardboard technique that could help. Here's a really great coding concept that you might want to explore through this tutorial to see if it fits. Here's some ways to think about gears or mechanisms, or here's how we design new app pages and things like that. So being very specific, if I front load, they're not going to remember it anyways, and I'm going to further disengage them. And so it's hard, right? Like, we want to do what's best, and I feel like, man, they just need to know some things. Like, they probably don't know how to do some of these things. But like we've been doing all along, with this freedom and this exploration and allowing them to take the ownership, they have to take the ownership of the stumbling blocks here too. And then it's our job as the professionals then to interject for a group, maybe it's whole class, maybe it's an individual, with that next step, not giving them answers, but the support's needed to make their ideas come to life. So while I love this work and I love doing what I'm doing and I love the ownership, here I am all these years still at this struggle, right? This push-pull of how much, too much, not enough, front load, the just-in-time learning mindset. So that's where I'm going to be. But I wanted to share that because I don't want you to think that once you get started in this path, these doubts and questions ever go away. You're constantly playing those ideas and thoughts in your mind, trying to do what's best for kids. And this is another place, like, even though we've done a lot of this, I almost found myself going back towards that direct instruction approach, where I was going to take away the exploration and the ownership of learning. All right, my friends, as always, stay awesome. Peace.